All right, here we are in DaVinci Resolve. Now I've got Krotos Studio opened up, and this is an amazing plugin for doing all kinds of stuff with audio, for all of your sound design and stuff. It's amazing. We'll see how we'll use it here. But when you open it up, I mean, it's got your little interface here where you interact with your sound and stuff. This drag recording is once a recording is made, you just drag this off of here into your DAW or your editing program. You can use this as a plugin. I find it kind of more cumbersome to do it that way. So I personally like to do this in the standalone version, which I'm using here. So you could drag your recording off of here. Like I said, you can, I'm in the standalone version, which is just less problematic. So here you would start and stop your loop of sound, I guess you would say. And over here you would have your library, your ambiances, footsteps, so forth. But this isn't just one little thing each. Within each one of these, you have these particular libraries like heels, urban, heels, indoor, shoes, urban, sneakers, urban, indoor, outdoor, flip-flops, socks, whatever you want. So we're going to be using all of this stuff, ambiances, you know, this is like city, forest, suburbs, etc., etc. We're going to look specifically right now, though, because our scene takes place in a car. We're going to wind up doing inside car ambience to start with. But before we get to that, I am going to show you guys our little scene here. Now, this is 3 actresses that I filmed in my car, all in front of green screen a few years ago. Had the film almost completely finished and wound up having a medical problem. But then also, when I got back to the film, the hard drive that I was editing it on died. I still had all the footage, but the hard drive for the actual edit project was gone. So I couldn't recover it. So I'm re-editing the movie. It's coming out better than it was, which is great. I have a bunch of new tools and way of doing this, so that's great too. But I'm going to show you this little scene where they're just talking in a car, and it's got no Foley or anything, and it's just the truck is sitting still in front of an old shop of mine, and it's all in front of green screens we set up per shot. There is some adult language in some of this, so I apologize. I will probably mute that for YouTube. And here's the scene as it sits right now.
Turn this shit up. That's our jam.
Yeah. I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I really got you.
So, how long till we get there? I really got.
Well, my uncle's ranch is about another 20 miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold that shit.
I can't hold it that long.
Well, pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my fucking leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the fuck?
Be in the cup.
Fine.
All right, so that is the scene as it sits right now. There's a lot more to come, but the sound has not really been worked on. It's just been kind of rough cut to where it's watchable. Decent. There are some sound dropouts and some different things, like the room tone's missing. But overall, it's relatively solid. So let's go ahead now and start figuring out what our sounds need to be, mainly the overall ambience, and we'll do that quickly in Krotos Studio, because this could take a week to get the sound laid in, depending upon how well you wanted it done. But we're going to do it shortly today in Krotos Studio. Check this out. All right, so with that, let's make sure everything's playing still here.
Turn this shit up.
All right, so we can see that all of this takes place there's outside of a vehicle, there's inside of a vehicle, there's the driver's side. So this is back seat, this is driver's side, passenger side, which is going to be close to the same. All the rest of this, except for that one shot, looks like it takes place in these areas. So I think the first thing out, we need to get a shot from the outside, our ambience from the outside front of the truck. So I'm going to go into Krotos Studio here. Let's make sure that that's coming through. There we go. That's just a little fire crackle thing that we got going on here. And we're going to come down and figure here, we're going to go into the vehicle category. And I already know that this SUV Nissan is probably what we want to be working with. So I'm just going to click once on it, and it's going to load up our controls for that right here. And you can hear it already running. What's beautiful about this is that you can actually turn up the speed of the engine and everything in real time. So I'm just going to start again. Now listen as I turn this knob up. So cool. I'm going to leave it about that high. Then I'm going to change our ambience here. You have different areas you can go to, like the driver, the back seat, the engine, the exhaust. And over here, this is like the vehicle balance between the vehicle itself and the ambience of it around. We also have the start and stop sounds, or the stop. And if you look, we are automatically recording no matter what we do. So if we like what we did, we can just quickly drag it right into our DAW. In fact, let's just do this as an example, and you can see now that that is already there.
You guys, I'm so glad we're doing this.
Just automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Let's go back to Krotos Studio, and now what I'm going to do is trying to figure out the actual sound we want for this particular shot. So as we're in here, looks like we're going to do more engine than exhaust. So let's go ahead and pull that over here. Let's start and hear what we've got. More engine, more vehicle, ambience, and we can make it less and more loud by pulling diagonally this way. I think right about there works for me. Just so we can start with a clean slate, I'm going to push stop, and I'm going to click start again. Here we go. Now, it's recording right now as we do this right here internally. Just going to let that go for a few seconds. I'm going to click stop, and once this finishes here, we can just drag that recording right down into our DAW here, or our editing program. And now you can hear when we play this back, it's a little loud, so let's go ahead and take it down. We should just have some nice ambience from the outside. And eventually we will get this tuned in really well, but that's how you get that quick sound. Yeah, so now it looks like we are inside the vehicle and need to be inside that vehicle.
Turn this shit up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
So very quickly now, all we have to do is go here, and instead of the engine noise, we'll restart this to show you. Now we just need to move the engine over here to driver. Or probably driver. It sounds pretty good. We'll leave it right there. We have ambience, we have vehicle. I think the blend of the two is best. So let's go ahead. If we just keep this going, it just has been automatically recording the whole time. I'm just going to leave this on for probably another minute or two. We can have the inside ambience for the entire car if we really want to. But let's go ahead and stop that. And let's drag it into our editor. And that easily, we now have our ambience. Let's go ahead and back this up to where it's a bit more like what we want.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
And let's go ahead and looks like I moved that around. That was from the beginning part. So we'll just pull this back here where we want it. And if you listen, it will drop down from this shot to that shot.
Turn this shit up.
Sounds absolutely real. I already see the shot in movement, which is weird.
I I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I really got you.
So, how long till we get there? I really got
Well, my
And if we want to, we can just copy and paste this section again, which is what I believe I'll do for this, because she is not so far into the back seat that there needs to be a different atmosphere. So we'll just go ahead and copy and paste this part over. And we'll do the same thing again for the next section, making sure it's butted up against there pretty well. And I'm just going to end this with our scene. But let's check this all together now. And I'll go ahead and make this larger, turn off our mixer for the moment.
Woo! Turn this up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I really got you.
So, how long till we get there? I really got
Well, my uncle's ranch is about another 20 miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold that shit.
I can't hold it that long.
Well, pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Be in the cup.
Fine.
With that, we'll go ahead and adjust our volumes of our talking real quick.
Woo! Turn this up. That's our jam.
So I'm going to bring up our mixer.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
And dialogue should be hitting a little harder than this. So we're going to go ahead and turn that up.
Woo! Turn this up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
I usually put it at about 3.
I love you guys.
I'm
so
sorry.
glad we're doing this.
About 8,
This is
7 or 8.
awesome. I really got you.
So all these quieter ones can come up quite a bit now. I just want to keep consistent sound with everything. If someone talks quieter, obviously it needs to go down, but
Woo! Turn this up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I really got you.
so that one could come down just a little bit. I'll just keep going through this particular method. I'm also going to chop out a piece of sound in the beginning here where someone bumps the microphone that's right next to their chair. But the thing is, you won't hear it much because we luckily have the room tone of this car.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I really got you.
So, how long till we get there? I really gotta pee.
So I'm going to bring up that one just slightly more.
So, how long till we get there? I really gotta pee.
Well, my
So there is a breath that happens here that needs to be adjusted, faded out slightly. There's no sound on the next shot from this one.
Really gotta pee.
well, my uncle's ranch is about another.
So this is a matter of just fading in and out your ends to where you don't have direct chop offs.
Well,
I do need to find a
my
breath for the
uncle's
a laugh
ranch
for this
is about
girl.
another 20 miles up the road.
So this whole shot here could be brought up as well. And I'm going to need to cut down
Well, my uncle's ranch.
these first couple of words. So in DaVinci Resolve, all we got to do is bring up our inspector here, add a couple of keyframes real quick on the audio. Put one here where it comes back to normal. We will put one here to make sure the rest of this kind of comes down the same volume and hear what it sounds like.
Well, my uncle's ranch is about another 20 miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold that shit.
I can't hold it that long.
Well, pee in that.
So we're just going to balance this audio out until it makes sense real quick.
Well, pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Not all these have to be loud. Some of the dialogue from this girl is in the back seat, secondary to the main dialogue.
Leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
That one's a little loud. Want these all hitting on the same part of the meter here.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
Fine.
So that one could come up a little bit more as well.
Up.
Fine.
And this laugh could be brought up slightly too. Maybe even a little more there. We do want it heard.
Fine.
And there's a little sound scrape from the microphone right about here as well that we can get rid of. I like to fade these ends in and out very quickly to where they don't sound like they just suddenly chop off, because that way, if we do need to create ambience any more than we already have, we can do that a lot easier, a lot more undetectable.
Oh, because we're not stopping.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
Fine.
Pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
So I'm going to bring up the laugh just a little bit more.
Leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
Fine.
All right, so that's okay for the standard dialogue. The car noise is pretty much perfect. I'm going to soften the beginning of this. You can, of course, always add audio transitions, like a 24 frame.
Oh, woo!
But this has obviously a sound that I don't want. There we go.
Turn this up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
And so to keep this from cutting off too strongly, we'll fade this real quick.
Jam.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Now, you notice the girl, and this is going to be some secondary sound, the movement of the girls is going to be important here because some of it is there and some of it is not. Some of it we don't want.
Woo! Turn this up. That's our jam.
Yeah.
Right here, this girl moves in her seat, but we want that to be kind of like louder because there is no sound here where she moves. So back to Krotos Studio one more time. We're going to go here, see what's in vehicle. I think this is just the vehicles themselves. So we're going to want to look into is Foley. And we could go with some cloth here to start with. And when this loads up, you can see we have to move this to actually get this one to make sound. So let's try it. See, I like that sound a lot, so let's just do it again. That's a little long. Let's just go. Okay, that is her situating herself in her seat. Let's find out if it works.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I think I want that longer though, like maybe 2 movements. So back to Krotos Studio. It's this easy, folks. And now we've got another piece we could try. That one might be too long, but let's find out.
Yeah.
Yep, let's not use that one either. Got to be a little faster about it. So here we go. That is too much. That's what I want. So now we'll drag that one in here and it should work perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. All right, so now I would like a little maybe seat squeak or something. I don't know if we have anything like that, but we're going to look here. There's so many different things we can use that might work as that. Not doors, probably. We might be able to use that though if we take the bass out of it. Let's just see what else we've got. Digital camera. Maybe there's something in there that sounds like the let's see. I'm just looking for sounds now. Let's try that one. I'm just gonna kind of, and everywhere you click in here, even if it's in this area, is a different sound. All right, so let's just get one here. I think that will work. We'll just drag that in as an extra little sound here. I'm going to make sure it is short enough. We're going to throw this in on a track below this, and it should act as our little, like, the seat moving. When she moves, it clicks something metal in the seat. I'm gonna have to turn it down, but you'll see. Not bad. Let's go a little earlier and way less, and I might even pitch it down. So that's not bad. Let's cut it out, do it again, and make it a lower pitch. So we can just bring this way down, check it here. That's not bad. Let's find something else, though. There could be a better sound, but you get the idea. There's so many sounds, though, that obviously none of that. Let's see on a cash register if there's something in here. Turn down the ding. I wonder if pitching this lever up. Something like that's pretty good. So you could have done it right there, but I'm just gonna do another one. Like that. Perfect. We drag that one in instead now. Let's find out if it works.
Yeah.
It's a bit much, but it's a volumes for.
That's our jam.
Yeah.
Not bad. So you can just keep playing like this all day long.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I'm really glad too.
So, how long till we get there? I really gotta pee.
Well,
So this is another area here that I realize it's a gasp, a laugh, but we could also throw in a little bit of fabric motion there. So once again, let's go back to our Foley. All right, so we're going to go back to our basic cloth. Just like so. It's already done because I did it testing and the test was perfect.
I really gotta pee.
So we're going to move that forward, give this a little bit of...
Really gotta pee.
well,
Just that little bit of ambience makes a lot of difference.
my uncle's ranch is about another 20 miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold that.
I can't hold it that long.
Well, pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my f***ing leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the f***?
In the cup.
Fine.
All right, so I'm also going to take the laugh from this little bit here, copy it, and put it in where this other laugh was supposed to be earlier, which may be here.
Stopping.
What the?
Right back here.
Really gotta pee.
That will work perfectly to fill that spot, I think. Hopefully this will paste in without a problem. Just going to pull this down and over. And we can just fill this out. Let's see what happens.
Well,
Perfect. I've never seen something more perfect in my life. Let's bring up this one just slightly more.
Well,
Okay, maybe a little less on that, but yeah, perfect. A little louder maybe on the laugh.
well,
Yep, nice. Now we need to make sure that well isn't cut off the way it is. So just drag that to about here, fade it in slightly, and we'll have this.
well, my uncle's ranch is about another 20 miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold.
In fact, to make this not sound the exact same when this happens, we can pitch shift this up just slightly. Maybe one tone. Let's see.
Really gotta pee.
Well,
Let's go with 2 or 3 tones, actually. 3. Give her a little more life to the laugh.
Really gotta pee.
well, my uncle's
Perfect.
ranch
That way it won't
is about
sound like the
another
same one when it happens
20
later.
miles up the road, so you're gonna have to hold that shit.
I can't hold it that long.
Well, pee in that.
Are you kidding me? I'll get piss all over my leg.
We'll figure it out because we're not stopping.
What the?
Pee in the cup.
Fine.
Perfect. So next what I would do is add in a little music that's supposed to be on the radio. Almost forgot to do that. So what we're going to do is go find that track real quick. And this will be by a band of my own called Fade and Azera. It'll be a little bit loud, so I warn you. In fact, let's make it shorter. Start later. In fact, I want to put the chorus right about where they're enjoying the song. I'm going to go ahead and cut the end off here. It does not need to be that far out for our purposes of the video. And let's go ahead and pull this up so we can see it better. I'm going to open this last one so I can see what's going on with it. And now let's get back to our girls. First of all, we can make the entire volume of that a little bit lower. So we're going to have it down and we're going to give it a filtered sound. So I'm just adding the frequency band keyframes here.
Well, you guys are one of the experts at.
Alright, so this will keep going until at a certain point they run into something in the road. I'm going to go back to our edit page, kind of see how it plays out overall and where the song... I'm going to leave the song where it's at because something happens before this. You know, we'll see the opening of the movie, the truck drives by, and then we eventually cut to this part of the scene.
Turn this shit up. That's our jam.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I'm really glad to.
So, how long till we get there? I really gotta pee.
So fader level now and move that down even a little bit more at that point.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
Maybe even a little more.
This is awesome. I'm really glad to.
So, how long till we get there? I really gotta pee.
Let's just make sure the turning down sounds good.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this.
This is awesome. I'm really glad.
Alright, that all sounds good to me. So we'll go ahead and save that and I'll get back to you guys with another video on more things that we can do using Krotos Studio, but also the rest of the shot with all of the visual effects and everything else that's going to be happening during the movie. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.